नमस्कार फ्रेंड, आप सभी का एक बार फिर से स्वागत है। फ्रेंड्स, पिछले दिनों 4 अक्टूबर को AIBPRC ऑल इंडिया बैंक पेंशनर एंड रिटायरीज कन्फेडरेशन ने उनकी टीम ने मुलाकात किया था फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर वित्त मंत्री श्रीमती निर्मला सीतारमण से और बैंक रिटायरीज के इशू पर डिस्कशन किया था। इसका डिटेल कम्युनिकेशन अब उन्होंने अपने सर्कुलर 6 अक्टूबर के माध्यम से दिया है, जो आप सभी के इंफॉर्मेशन के लिए मैं शेयर कर रहा हूं। ये परिपत्र सर्कुलर बहुत एग्जॉस्टिव है, 5 पेज का है। इसका लिंक मैं दूंगा ताकि अगर कोई चीज बच जाती है तो आप सेल्फ स्टडी करके इसके बारे में जानकारी ले सकते हैं। फ्रेंड्स, मैं मुख्य अंश जो बहुत आवश्यक है मैं आपको वही शेयर कर रहा हूं। डियर कॉमरेड्स, सब्जेक्ट pleasure of communication we do have. Leaders of AIBPRC met the Hon'ble Union Finance Minister on 4th October 22 at her office and held a purposeful meeting on various unresolved issues of the bank retirees. We wish to convey with pleasure that we got an opportunity to meet the Honorable Finance Minister Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman ji at her office on 4th October. जो मुख्य मुद्दे डिस्कस हुए उसमें अपडेशन ऑफ द पेंशन फॉर ऑल रिटायरीज, रेगुलेशन 35(1) ऑफ द बैंक रेगुलेशन एम्प्लॉइज पेंशन रेगुलेशन 1995 प्रोवाइड्स फॉर अपडेशन ऑफ पेंशन एंड फॉर्मूला ऑफ अपडेशन इन एक्सप्लेन्ड इन अपेंडिक्स A. The said regulation was amended in the year 2003 and duly adjusted to make it open-ended and universal in nature, applicable to all. IBA is to notify the formula of updation for each bipartite and to implement the same in the pattern it has been done in the case of RBI pensioner with effect from 1st March 2019. We explained a brief various regulation to emphasize the updation of pension was a statutory responsibility of the banks and that BPR 1995 was modeled on central government employee pension regulation and pension scheme of RBI, as also referred to in various correspondence made by IBA with the then General Secretary of AIBPARC, late Comrade R.N. Godhia, confirming our contention. As for the caste and the legal position in regard to the issue, we placed our views in line with the various circular issued by CBPRO, AIBPRC, which are in the knowledge of members. We further told that for non-implementation of the provisions of pension updation, the senior citizens are put to tremendous financial hardship and the discrimination. We also explained about the robust pension fund, which is more than sufficient to bear the updation of cost. We also explained about the robust fund, which is mainly constituted out of the CPF surrendered by the employees to get and second benefit only. The pension updation cost can be easily absorbed by the accretion in the pension fund every year, even after the yearly pension payment outgo. Actuarial estimation projected by AIBA is on assumption which are not properly done and away from the reality. We handed over copies of the documents which we had relied upon in course of the discussion. Second point था group medical insurance scheme to bank retirees. We explained our standpoint on the issue in line with our previous correspondence duly circulated among members. The bullet points are: government directives to IBA in this regard never stipulated that the premium of the mediclaim policy was to be borne by the individual retirees, but IBA did it. The copy of the government letter was handed over to for ready reference. The scheme that started in the year 2015 has been a nightmare today because of the repeated escalation of the annual premium, and now it has arrived at an reachable height, agony has increased further for high rate of GST made applicable on the premium. We pointed out all the retired MDs and DDs are getting lifelong reimbursement of medical expenses incurred for themselves and spouses. The serving employees are getting full coverage of the medical expenses as per terms and conditions, but the retirees are one of the only segments to be discriminated against. They need full reimbursement of cost by banks as done in case of the serving employee. थर्ड पॉइंट था कि 100% DA neutralization for pre-November 2000 retirees. Our stand, the above issue is well known to the members through various circulars, and the same was placed before the Hon'ble Union Finance Minister. The important points are as under. In bipartite settlement, there was no such discrimination, and after a lapse of time, it was enforced by IBA by issuance of the separate communication which was bad in law discriminating pre-November 2002 retirees. The verdict of the Supreme Court was based on certain erroneous understanding of the DA neutralization formula, and the position was clarified to IBA adequately by us within the request to forward the issue again with recommendation to Government of India. IBA did send its recommendation to DFS to consider granting uniform rate of DA instead of tapered rate of DA to the pre-November 2002 retirees. But the same has now been returned by DFS to IBA seeking some more details clarification. IBA is yet to resubmit the same to DFS. The affected retirees in most cases are the oldest segment of the community in their 80s and the 90s, and the number of such persons is gradually diminishing. Those very aged retirees are subjected to double jeopardy as they are given in inferior DA and also non-updation of pension from 1992 onwards. The issue needs an urgent and immediate resolution. और फोर्थ पॉइंट था ये स्पेशल अलाउंस not being computed for the superannuation benefit, a highly anomalous situation. The above allowance is in fact cumulated basic pay since it attracts DA but not recognizing for it for the superannuation benefits is not at all an acceptable proposition. The prevalent practice should be reversed forthwith. We have been consistently taking up the issue with IBA, but no tangible results are forthcoming. And the fifth point, the issue of resignees. The number of such people to considerably low. They had resigned from the bank service for various reasons after completing qualifying number of years of service which are sufficient to make them eligible for pension. Some of them have already got favorable verdicts from the apex court, but it was not extended to similarly placed person. IBA should allow them the opportunity to opt for pension without any loss of time. Improvement of ex gratia payment to pre-1986 retirees. As the number of persons under the category is very few, mostly surviving spouses, hike of ex gratia to a considerable extent should be done urgently. 7th point, consultative status of the pensioner and retiree organization. We agreed in the same line as we have written to IBA. As per government directives, IBA asked the members banks to for grievance redressal machinery at corporate level of each bank. But when the issue of formal talks at IBA level comes, the same is denied on the ground that there was no such authority from individual bank to talk with retiree organization. When in the past, government at our request referred the issue to IBA, it was surprising that the issue was abandoned on the basis of the opinion of the Serving Employees Unions Association. We urged upon the importance and the necessity of discussing the issues and grievances of bank pensioners and retirees with pensioners and the retiree organization only as retirees are as a separate homogeneous group. Comrades, the opportunity of having the audience with the Honorable Finance Minister to discuss the issue of pensioners and retirees has created a high hope in the minds of members are an early settlement of our long pending issues, grievances and demands, and we have been receiving lot of queries from ground level as to what are our expectations. We feel that we have done what an organization is ideally supposed to do to escalate the issues before all decision-making authorities, to ventilate the grievances through educational program, and to seize the opportunity of sharing the table of negotiation whenever available. After submitting mass petitions by the pensioners and retirees, we conducted a massive dharna at Jantar Mantar, Delhi, where the governing council members of AIBPRC, leaders from CBPRO and comrades in very large number participated. The meeting on the 4th October is definitely a landmark event, signing an important positive development, and augurs will have the Honorable Union Finance Minister give us a very patient hearing for a considerable period of time. We genuinely felt reassured for her concern about bank pensioner and retirees, which she showed earlier while addressing the 73rd AGM of the IBA. We are very hopeful that all the issues as mentioned in different memorandum copies submitted again in course of discussion duly will get early satisfactory resolution. We once again profusely thank the Honorable Finance Minister for opportunity she gave to us to present our case. We can reasonably hope that a preference from MF, Government of India, will carry an additional weight and IVA would act a more sensitive manner than before to evolve early resolution. We conclude with the assurance of the continuing our sustained efforts and carry on our struggle to get resolution of the bank pensioner and retirees issue. We best regard KV आचार्य एंड सुप्रीता सरकार. फ्रेंड्स, एक बात तो कहना होगा कि हमारे जो ये AIBPRC या रिटायरी एसोसिएशन अपना जो प्रयास कर सकते हैं वो कर रहे हैं, और हमको लगता है कि हमें इन बुजुर्ग साथियों का जो प्रयास है एक न एक दिन जरूर सफल होगा. थैंक यू फ्रेंड्स, नमस्कार. मैं सर्कुलर का लिंक आपको डिस्क्रिप्शन में दे रहा हूं ताकि आप इसकी स्टडी ठीक से पूरी तरह कर सकें. थैंक यू फ्रेंड्स, नमस्कार.